And today we're going to talk about three key areas or three key things that you would use a virtual event to close high ticket client. Now, I always like to clarify what I mean by a virtual event. Because a lot of people are just accustomed to having large conferences and things like that. So, a virtual event could be a summit, which I love to do every single quarter. A virtual event could be a masterclass. For me, a masterclass is more of a 2 to 4 hour training, um, where you dive deeper in the material versus what you hear me talk about a lot of the times when we talk about using a webinar to grow your business. So a lot of times people ask me, well, what's the difference between a webinar and a masterclass? And then boot camps. Boot camps can be virtual events. Some people like to do their boot camps in person. What other type of virtual events? We have workshops. A lot of people like to do workshops that are 2 4 hours, maybe 2 day workshops. So all of these can classify as a virtual event. Now, this is something that I have done and tested over the last 7 or 8 years. Now, mind you, I always talk about using webinars in your business. Cool. But every now and then, when you do a webinar, we also like for people to be able to talk back and forth, right? And so we like for people to be able to, answer questions, fill out worksheets or things like that, instead of it always just being me presenting in front of the class and then no one's really responding back. They might be responding via the chat, but nobody's really responding back, and you feel like you're not really having a conversation. And so a lot of times the masterclass, the boot camps, the virtual events, they have a tendency to convert higher and for higher ticket items, only because you now have that interaction where it's a two-way interaction versus a one-way interaction.